Today I'm gonna show you my lazy learning method to learn a new language. So let's be honest here, we don't have a lot of time. We're all busy, I get it. We have work, we have school, we wanna spend time with our family and friends. So I developed a very lazy routine for myself to keep studying a new language, even with a busy life going on. For the record, this method helped me to now speak 6 languages. Learning a new language always seems so daunting because we remember what it was like to learn a new language in high school. I don't know about you, but back in my high school, we had these old ass boring textbooks. We had to write boring essays and also smash a lot of vocabulary into our brain. Learning a new language wasn't really fun, and that's fundamentally the problem. Learning a new language is like a marathon, it's not a sprint. You need to enjoy the process, and I know it sounds very cliche and cheesy. If you don't enjoy learning a new language, you most likely won't stick to it. But here's what I do. I dedicate at least 1 hour to the language that I'm currently trying to master. And for people like me who speak several languages and we don't want to lose our skill completely in these other languages, I would dedicate at least 10 minutes to each other language. For example, I'm currently studying Korean, so I'm dedicating 1 hour to Korean, and all the other languages that I speak, for example Spanish, French, etc., I would spend at least 10 minutes on these languages. If you only have 30 minutes, take these 30 minutes. 30 minutes is still better than nothing. It's 9 a.m. and I got myself my little breakfast. I'm not eating a lot because I'm currently on a diet, so we're just having some apple right here. Let's go. First thing I like to do for my lazy routine is what I call immersion. So when I'm eating my breakfast, just like now, I would go on YouTube and just look for either news in Korean or podcasts or some sort of vlog. Anything that I enjoy watching in English, I would look that up in Korean as well. So for today, I am picking Easy Languages, the channel. I really love their channel. What I love about this Korean channel is that they would go and pick like daily situations that are very necessary for you to survive in Korea. For instance, this video is about going into a convenience store and just buying stuff. So this way I can learn to listen to a lot of vocab that is necessary for me once I'm in Korea as well. The cool thing also is that they have Korean and English subtitles below. If you're a beginner, you probably don't understand anything. Having subtitles, at least in Korean, is going to be helpful for words to look up. So in watching these videos, there's a couple things I would do for my lazy routine, okay? If there's a word I really like and it pops up a lot of times, I would definitely check it up on Papago or Google Translate and just write it out on my Anki flashcards. But if I don't feel like taking notes, that's okay too. I would just listen and try to understand everything because, again, the goal is to stay consistent for the longest time possible. Also, a cool thing about watching videos instead of just podcasts is that you can understand a lot based on just the context of the video. So for example, this girl is currently in a convenience store, right? If she's holding up a piece of paper, that's probably gonna be the receipt. Based on that, I can already learn the vocabulary for that without even knowing the word, just based off the context. Another really cool channel I like for studying Korean is gonna be Talk to Me in Korean. So if you're familiar with studying in Korean, you probably know this channel. And you can learn a lot of words that Koreans use on a daily basis. I had a problem with my Korean language lessons at my old university in Korea, where we would learn words that probably wouldn't use at all, like farmer or like planting a tree, stuff like that. So I wouldn't use that in daily conversation probably. I found that these podcasts are really helpful. And it's just like a vlog. They bring you along on the whole journey and just share with you what's going on in everyday life. When picking a video, what kind of requirements does the video have to have? I personally have 2 requirements that the video has. First, the topic has to interest me of some sort because otherwise I'm not gonna stick till the end. It has to be very enjoyable to watch. I really love the content of Talk to Me in Korean because it just reminds me of my exchange semester in South Korea. Second, I like to pick a speaker where I really enjoy their style of speaking, their pronunciation, and they have to speak clearly so that I can learn the Korean language the right way. That's basically it. If you have these 2 requirements, just pick any video that you really like and just watch it. That way I'm really hyped to watch the videos and it's not like, oh shit, I have to study Korean again. Instead of forcing myself to sit in front of a textbook and just like pump these vocabularies into my head. This way, it's kind of fun to watch the videos. I like the content and it's just enjoyable to learn Korean this way. Alright, now we spend 30 minutes just watching YouTube videos while eating our apples, guys. So I think this is something everybody can do in their day. And because this is a lazy routine, we want to keep every exercise very simple. So I'm not sitting down and write out some vocabs or something unless, as I mentioned, I really like the word or I'm really interested in a word, right? So what I would do now is to split the 30 minutes into 2 parts. First, I'm going to talk to myself in respective language. If you watched my video, why do I understand English but can't speak it? I'll link it in the description box below. You know that one of the fundamental exercises I always do is when I talk to myself. You have to come up actively with the sentence structures yourself. So I do the talking to myself for 15 minutes. So for example, with Korean, I would start something like this. 안녕하세요, 데이비드 씨. 잘 지냈어요? 네, 잘 지냈어요. 감사합니다. 밥 먹었어요? 지금 뭐 하고 싶어요? 지금 삼겹살 먹고 싶어요. 삼겹살? 아, 진짜요? 저는 라면 먹고 싶어요. 라면 먹고 갈래? Now that I finished talking to myself for 50 minutes, I would go down into journaling for 15 minutes. Because journaling in general is really good for you, but if you do it in the respective language, or if you're trying to do it in respective language, it's also practicing your language skills. So I have this little notebook where I journal all my journal stuff inside. Today, we're gonna journal in Korean. If you just can't formulate one sentence, that's okay too. We just finished journaling our little part here, and it's just been 3 sentences, and I hope I've spelled everything correctly. Yeah, that's gonna be it for the lazy routine. I don't know about you, but sometimes I find myself scrolling too much on social media. And in this case, I have a pro tip for you. I would go on social media, any platform that you use. I personally use a lot of Instagram, and I would create a completely new account on Instagram, which I did here. And with that account, I would only follow Korean content. So Korean podcasts, Korean idols, Korean news, whatever. If I scroll on here, I'm still scrolling, right? I can still scroll, but I'm forcing myself to immerse myself with the Korean language. So like here, for example, this girl, okay, I followed myself, guys. Here, just talk to me in Korean again. And just like a bunch of Korean content. That way, you can also, while scrolling on social media, learn a few things, immerse yourself with the language. Scrolling through social media suddenly seems very productive again. A quick thing before I leave. This lazy method is really useful. At least it helped me a lot to stay consistent and also enjoy learning languages. But especially in the beginning, this method might not be the most effective for you. I think a good rule of thumb is to get to an A2 level for the language you're trying to learn. Once you're at A2 level, you can then proceed to incorporate these lazy methods that I show you to further enhance your knowledge. In the beginning, if you're starting from scratch, ground zero, then these lazy methods might not be the most efficient way to get progress for you. If you want to know how to learn any language in 6 months, definitely check out my video in the description box below. And that's basically it for this video. This is what I do on a daily basis to progress in any language that I'm trying to learn. And as you can see, it's really enjoyable. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing, and I see you in my next video.